There will always be toxic people in your life, no matter where you are. It's easy to become frustrated when they suck out all of your mental energy. When you're frustrated by the toxicity in your life, it's easy to point fingers at others and wonder, why me? But instead of pleading with the universe for mercy, you should analyze this problem. Did you do something to deserve this? What thoughts, feelings, and behaviors do you use to attract and keep toxic people in your life? Who you attract has a lot to do with who you are as a person. Now, that doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, but you might want to consider what it is about you that attracts toxic people. You should consider the following signs about your personality. You're way too generous. Now, don't take this the wrong way. Generosity is a positive trait and you should not feel guilty about being generous. You become an excellent role model for others when you give freely of your time, talent, or resources to others. And you may attract a few toxic people as well, especially if you give freely without being mindful of your limits. Abusive people are extremely attracted to generosity, just like moths to a flame. They know you will pay attention to them and offer them emotional energy, and you could even respond to their demands at your own expense. The bad news is that the more you give in, the higher their demands will get. Establish and enforce your limits by saying no more often to prevent getting stuffed full of resentment and hate. You listen to others. Most people strive to improve their listening skills, yet good listeners tend to attract dangerous people. You can find yourself in a one-sided conversation with someone who is constantly emotionally dumping on you while ignoring your time. A toxic person will not hesitate to share their negative energy with you if you are an empathic listener. They may chat for hours without asking for your opinion. Fortunately, there are steps you may do to avoid being a victim of a verbal bully or a narcissistic personality. For example, if you know what you're getting yourself into, decide ahead of time how much time you want to spend with that person. Prepare an escape plan and execute it with confidence at the right time. You are enthusiastic and genuine. Passionate and enthusiastic people are more likely to attract toxic people. This is because toxic people aim to bring you down. Toxic people frequently abandon their dreams due to fear. They crave the gratification and affirmation of watching you fail when they see you living life in a way that they wish and believe is unachievable. They will discourage you and break you down if you open up about your thoughts and objectives. Toxic individuals perceive successful and motivated people as materialistic, egotistical, and unrealistic, and they will not hesitate to criticize you as a result. Be thoughtful about who you surround yourself with to avoid toxic people that want nothing more than to sink your ship. Spend time with others who share your interests, who are passionate and motivated just like you. You are a laid-back person. Being laid back is a wonderful trait that attracts people regardless of whether they are toxic or not. An easygoing person has an amazing ability to put others at rest in stressful situations while remaining calm. Others might characterize you as patient, gentle, or a peacekeeper if this describes you. Although your laid-back approach is not a weakness, it does make you a target for toxic people. They see your casual personality as a flaw and assume you're easy to manage. You can fall prey to their manipulation tactics once they've set their sights on you and end up doing things you would prefer not to. To avoid this, Develop an awareness of other people's motives and avoid the urge to automatically commit to demands. You like to solve problems. Some people are good at fixing things. They fix things, solve issues, and even strive to fix people. This can be beneficial and even selfless, but it makes you a target for toxic people. You're empathetic and try to help people without expecting anything in return if you're an emotional healer. Toxic people see this as a golden opportunity. You might be breaking boundaries and wreaking havoc in your relationships if you have a hard time leaving things alone. The solution is to let go of the situation. Not everything that appears to be broken requires reparation, and some other things are simply unfixable. It gets easier to defend yourself once you accept this. Your emotional baggage. We all have a past, and we all carry emotional baggage from it. Emotional baggage can make you uncomfortable, whether it stems from your childhood, former relationships, or difficult events. Toxic people, on the other hand, thrive on vulnerability. They will use your scars to exert control over you and undermine your insecurity. Allowing a toxic person to make you doubt your worth is not a good idea. Instead, work through your problems on your own with a trusted friend or with the help of a professional. Move on in life with confidence and power, knowing that only you can protect yourself from toxic people. You look at people positively. Although most people believe that humans are naturally nice, there will always be an exception. Some people, on the other hand, refuse to acknowledge human nature's harsh facts. They believe that even in hopeless situations, bad people can change their ways and become good again. If you don't accept dishonesty, greed, and possessiveness for what they are, you're likely to stay in toxic friendships or relationships in the hopes of changing them. And there's a good possibility you will ignore red flags like insults and keep spending time with them. If this describes you, you have a high toxicity tolerance. Because you didn't know what was going on, you've probably had a lot of practice enduring abusive conduct, since it typically brushes bad emotions like fear and rage under the rug. Your positivity can put you at risk. Don't wait until the situation becomes overwhelming before acting. Instead, use your instincts to your advantage. It might be able to assist you in predicting danger. Keep a positive attitude, but also be realistic. You've probably noticed that the characteristics that attract toxic people are generally positive. These traits, however, should not be overlooked. They shape your personality. What you should do is be aware of your surroundings and reasonable in your expectations. There will always be toxic people in the world, and you will most likely come across them. Be ready when it happens and recognize it on time. If you found value in this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. Thanks!